So this is my new van. It's got two locks on the back, because apparently these doors are pretty easy to, or the easiest on the van to force. It's got a bunch of decals on it from a previous owner. It's 2003, that model. Ford Transit. And we're going to be doing it up. So stay tuned. Okay, so far, just got some junk in the van. So we put down with rubber flooring for the underfloor. We're going to put another layer on top of, and on top of that put vinyl flooring, wood panel flooring. And we've already started the installation on the roof, which is the first skin layer stuck to the metal. We're going to have an air cavity, and then another layer of the silver foil insulation. And underneath that we're going to have a wood cladding, tongue and groove, all the way across the top to the back of the van. And cladding on the back doors as well. And these ply panels we're going to carpet over. So yeah, hopefully it looks really cool. Alright, so absolutely filled the car with junk. And by junk I mean stuff we're going to do the van with. So, wait. Oh, we've taken some of the stuff in. Yeah, so we're going to pop out in the van now. Okay. Well, that's the first time I ever used this in a blog way. First thing we're doing is cut this to 55 so we can get this roof done. So because the ceiling is curved, we've scribed on the curve, which we're now just going to cut out using the jigsaw. Okay, so while we find an Allen key to get the jigsaw up and running, I'm going to be taping the remainder of this first layer of insulation with reflective tape, like this. Okay, so we've now got that in, which you saw as jigsaw scribe, and that's just in with these brackets. We've only got 3 at the moment, but we're going to put a bunch more in because that's going to carry our cladding all the way to the back. At the back we're doing the same, except instead of scribing a massive piece of wood, we just got plywood screwed into the back, but we need to countersink the screws, so we're getting a metal bit. Also, on our first real day of the build, we nipped out to car boot sale and ended up getting a leisure battery, which details there, as well as a planer and the jigsaw that you've seen us use already, as well as that there, which is a solar panel, which we nabbed it all in the same day, which is pretty handy. Hopefully means that we've got our whole electrical system. Which, to mention, this mystery wire here, we tested with a multimeter that we also got at the same market. We had no reading off the ends here, but decided to test back there, and figured out that it's actually come in straight out of a battery here, which means we can do our split circuit charging even easier. So another thing sort of done for us, which is quite nifty. Okay, so right now we're running cables from where our battery's going to be up through that hole there and along into the ceiling and dangling down for where we're going to have our 12 volt lights, and also running another one over here, which is currently all over the floor, where we're going to run into a switch and then up and across and dangling again, so we can install the lights when they arrive. Okay, so change plan. The wood that was up there earlier that we scribed didn't come out enough, so instead we're going to frame out the entire bulkhead, starting by doing an entire length across the bottom here, and framing up each side, and basically enclosing off the entire room. So that's what we're doing now.
What we're doing here is to level this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can get a piece across here.
Okay, so what we hadn't considered is this bottom bit here. We didn't check the level of it, and after realising our frame looked a bit wonky, remembered that, you know, a van has a suspension under the wheels, and all of our weight was in one of the front seats and running along this back side of a van, and I think the ground outside is a bit sloped. So we took all that weight out and jacked the van up, and we've got a mostly level, not quite obviously, but obviously if I jump around the camera will shake, but also so does the air. So we've reframed with a much more level thing now, and we need to change how we're mounting this, so we're going to put a little hinge here into the back of this so it keeps it level, and then we can build the frame off not only for the bulkhead where we'll have storage and whatever, but we can then clad off of all of that into the back of the van and get our ceiling done. Then it's walls. Okay, so as of yesterday we've got the battery and solar panel, which is wired for 24 volts, so I've covered it mostly, so it's only outputting phenomenal voltage needed. so we don't overcharge the battery. And I've got the voltmeter we also got yesterday, yeah. And I'm just going to hold that on there, and you can see it's so I've been charging that was at 11.7 earlier, so it's already getting up to voltage. Alright, go for it. Huh?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
You're going to get a long pan back of the train,
Yeah.
And keep on trying Sex Finder from their latest album, The Battery Session with Stephen Mack on the 31st.
So now our entire bulkhead, window and underside frame is done, and we can take it off on the thing. We finally got our radio van, so we have something to listen to.
A record for you now is
So I'm behind here, poking through. We just poke the cable through, and move on, and staple. And we're doing that to the back.
So we're easing her back in on something she's absolutely adept at.
Thank you.
Catering duties. So they're taking care of all the buffet arrangements. And so can we put it with good tunes and so and a big celebration 10 years of the chain, of course, which we're concentrating on today. Can we also, just before we start, say thank you to someone who worked on this show, Ian Callahan, and Viv Atkinson, and Julia. What's Julia's second name? What? Alan. Julia. That's right, yeah. Graham Johns in Newport says, I remember hearing your first seamless efforts whilst walking the dog. The same dog I've just walked, albeit on a less demanding route for both of us. Nice. Long may you bestride the airways like twin behemoths. Lovely.
Well, that's very sweet of you. That's very sweet.
Stuart, Kevin in Belfast says, any chance of Northern making an appearance today?
Then I do later.
Well, we've got to foot of our stairs. Northern,
I'll go to the foot of our stairs.
all right, looks like one of turned up. Right, okay.
Well, we are going to get. Die Radio 6 Musik. Is I don't know. I guess this would appeal to fans of men.
I'm sure anybody in a minute.
Okay, so here we are with most of the roof cladding in. We've drilled holes for our lights, and we have a cabling sticking through, which we'll expand once the lights arrive and we know exactly how wide they are diameter-wise. We initially were trying to do a slanted tongue and groove, so our pins aren't shown, but that proved extremely finicky, which basically, well, it's taken us too long to put one in, and it'd split or something, and we'd have to toss them outside. So we decided, you know, it doesn't look that bad as long as we keep them straight, and it is a lot easier because they're going in straight now. And yeah, we've done this much, and go for a bit more. I don't know if I said last time when we had the moisture barrier in, our second layer insulation with air underneath. So yeah, by the end of today, day 2, we will have all of these in, and be taking off the wall panels and insulating them as well. So yeah, that's a little update. And also, got got the solar battery out there, which is still charging away. Yeah. Ooh. On the whole, going well. Going real well.
Right, let's hope this goes in the train.
Yeah, I'll have. Okay, so we got all the rest of the roof done before we carpet the panels. We've taken these plyboards off, the first layer of plyboards off, so we can insulate them and then carpet them, so you have a nice sort of two-tone thing going. Cracked some insulation on there with some rubber panels for sound suppression, and after doing a lot of measuring and messing around with cutting panels to length and everything, we've decided the easiest and probably smartest way to do these doors is to put up these 4 braces here that we can tack into, rather than go straight to metal, because we'll split boards and we have to cut both sides because these doors aren't square. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but we've got a lot of the nickety stuff, so we're going to do the same on this one, and then we can panel them up like the ceiling and then crack on to the sides, probably end of tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, so getting there. Okay, so this is day 4 of the van thing. As you can see, we've got all this bit done, and we've had the front panels off. Yeah, front panels off, which we're about to insulate. We were going to carpet them, but we've decided to just clad all the way down, and if we wanted some contrast for colour, we can either paint the wood or, I mean, there'll be furniture and stuff, so contrast will be there. Partly because, I mean, it's a lot easier just to carry on following this down and just tack straight into apply. It's going to be easier than all the work we've already done. That'll match. But also, we spoke to someone who did carpeting, and he said it was an absolute nightmare. He had really thick carpet, which we wouldn't get, but he said it's a nightmare and it costs about the same, so we figured, you know what, let's carry on with this. The other side of things, at the end of yesterday, we started cladding the door, but as you can see, or you're probably able to see, it's very wonky. And that's not due to fault. We actually did everything we thought possible to avoid that. Got spirit levels and lined up like 4 or 5 times. We took cut taper and everything. Then we closed the door at the end of yesterday, after doing the 3 of them there, and realised it looked bloody awful. So that wasn't a great way to end yesterday, because obviously we got these bits done, which is nice, but yeah, it didn't feel like we did a ton. I mean, we went out and we worked on my van a lot less yesterday, but yeah, it went from, oh, we're making a bit of progress, to that. So, you know, we did learn this of a bulkhead, but nothing is level on the van, and we can't trust the instruments. So our cure for that this time is we're going to follow these these lines of these boards straight down so everything's in line and matching, and hopefully that keeps stuff fairly level. The idea of being perfectly straight is overrated at this point because it'd be a nightmare. We've already spent so much more time marking up and setting up our first board than actually getting stuff done. And that's something which, for this project, is becoming a frequent occurrence, which is it takes forever to put the first piece in, but as soon as you've done that, all the rest come by like that. So, you know, we've got one board on and boom, the roof's on, and it looks like we've done a lot of work. I mean, actually, the first piece is what took so long, and then everything else after that didn't take long at all. So by the end of today, hopefully, we'll have the doors done. I think that's what we're planning on doing today, and we'll have silvered these boards ready to clad down for tomorrow. And yeah, with any joy, by the end of tomorrow, we'll be done for everything but, you know, more framing on the floor. We still need to measure up for beds and furniture and, you know, the itty bits, or just the stuff to be decided after the main conversion's done. But yeah, it's a sunny day today and it's very warm in here. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts, and yeah. Well, I came in here, I left a camera in here yesterday, and it was surprisingly cold. I mean, it's not all insulated yet, but I mean, it was very cold outside, but it was just as cold in the van at this point. But that's due to a lot of it not being insulated. So, yeah, we're working on it. We're getting there. Also, lights arrived today. Yeah, so we've bought the drill bits online for them, so hopefully they're coming tomorrow or the next day. But we'll wire them up now and wire up the battery. Hopefully it's still charging with the solar panel. It seems to be coming along alright. But that whole system, we've got the solar regulator and our split charge relay coming hopefully tomorrow as well, so we'll be able to crack all that in behind the frame before we do all of our flooring. So yeah, that's sort of a longish update in lieu of many clips. Yeah, first real spoken update, I guess, but yeah, we're getting there. And to be honest, for 3.5 days, we're doing alright. And by the end of today, will be some more. So hopefully, you'll see that. Okay, so can't move on the van much, but I'll try and show you. Lined up all our door, cut everything to size. We've sealed it with silicone, so it's just open to dry now. We're done for the day. It was a short day today, so it's pretty much all sorted, but now we've done that, we know how to do a second one. Yeah, we've brought everything in the van because it might rain tonight. So not many clips today, but some work done. Okay, so day 5, I guess, even though the last 2 days we've only really done half day, so 4 working days for day 5. We've done the second door. Let me get that angle on there. Wait. Done the second door. I'm just about to seal it up with silicone. And yeah, they're both closed. Right. Little 2 tree. Looks like I'll cut this. Yeah, they're both closed like that. And yeah, it looks pretty swell. It's getting there. It's been a busy day for other stuff, so this is all we got done today. And then it's just onto walls, and that's all we'll be able to do while I'm down this time. And then I guess part 2. Okay, so mini update for day 5, 6, not sure. We put the panels back up with our wires sticking out, and we're just in the middle of tacking and taping them. This morning we got the drill bit to cut out our light fixtures, which was a bit tense because we realised, ooh, we could be going through the wires when we drill up here, which would be a bit of a pain, but we took it really slow, which is why there's no footage of it, and carefully, and as you can probably see now, look, this is somewhat what that'll look like once it's all wired in. And we've got the 2 there, and 2 there. So yeah, it's come along nicely. We're also silvering this side here. We've just got a little bit more left to go, and our stapler is being really irksome. So we're breaking for breakfast, and hopefully we'll get some boards up before the end of the day. Okay, so it is day 6. Today was a full day, sort of. We finished early, but we've been at it all day, so. Day 6, technically 5 full days of working on the van, and yeah, we're sort of, well, we're done for now. I mean, I'm leaving tomorrow, so this is part 1 done, and we've gotten a fair way. I'd sort of hoped to get both walls done, but we actually just ran out of materials. So if I swing you around, you can see we finally filed that back door. We lay out some planks and measurements and stuff on the floor for our furniture and what have you. But yeah, sorry, focus that for you. Yeah, it's come together quite nice. We've put all this in today, which went by sort of smoothly. Would have gone by a lot smoother had the wood we've got been consistent, which it wasn't always. Mainly putting the tongue of a groove was occasionally a bit too difficult. But we got there. We've only tiled down to here, which is just at the bottom of that metal bar was. Because that's where our bed's going to come up to. Thereabouts, just slightly shorter than that, same as a seat, so about 17 inches. And we've left that bit untiled because that's going to be our kitchen, uncladded because we're going to tile there. And we decided, since both our beds are going to essentially be massive seats, both our bunks are going to be massive seats, this area here, we're just going to extend the work surface out to have tiles over where you'd be cooking, or where, you know, grease and what have you needs to be cleaned more regularly, and wood above preparation area. Maybe some hanging net for things, but we're actually going to be massive on space because all of the bulkhead down there, I mean, obviously we can have battery and stuff, but there's going to be space for water and tools and what have you. All the space above the bulkhead, which is quite a considerable amount, really. I can almost go up to my shoulder in here. So, and we're gonna have underneath the beds as storage. So it's gonna be pretty rammed. We laid out some of these planks to test for, we could lie down. I mean, neither of us are small. Not that it's always going to be us using a van, but we can have both bunks be 6'3" if we come out to the edge of this metal bit here. It's just, 6'3" is the maximum height, but neither of us are taller than that. And a lot of people who'll be using it are smaller than that. The pathway in the middle is just wide enough, leg space if you're sitting down or anything else. And yeah, so sort of for 5 real full days work, we've done alright. Obviously we haven't slayed into it too heavy and hard, and we haven't done any of the cleaning bits. Like, it's a lot of rough edges, and I haven't shied away from showing you that. Like, when we first did the tack in, like, that's not what we meant to do, this sort of stuff. But being a bit rough and ready, I mean, this van, nothing is square in a van. We've learned that. We learned that on the doors more than anything. Those were real time eaters. It took, even though both of our half days were on them, like, I say half day, the first half day we worked until 8 in the evening, so really that was a full day. And yesterday was a lot shorter just because it was frustrating work. But we did it in the end, and yeah, we're really getting there. So, see you in part 2. So the last little extra for the day is I've got one of the lights in. Just wiring up the other one now, and I'll do the other 2. And that's it. So yeah, one more thing before we call it a day.